some stuff on descriptive praise. Last week, or before last week I didn't share, so there's a bit of a gap in my sharing, but I had been trying out descriptive praise quite a lot, and like you, I felt this kind of like emptiness. I think part of it was in me too, this sense of wanting to be effusive and well done, and I've described it and I feel like a little bit of like well, I've just described it to you and that's it, you know. So that was quite tricky for me, but I did get one or two moments where I just said a description of something that had happened, and my daughter's face just shone like I've never ever seen it shine before. The one thing that was a real breakthrough for me was I described how she was carrying her brother. Usually what happens is she carries her brother, and her brother like this is the let me go, you know, like, and just moans. He lets her have it. And she was doing that, and she was carrying him, and despite how much he was moaning, she was just so gentle. So I said, you carried Gabriel so gently, and he just moaned and moaned, but you carried him gently. And her face just, it was like, I got seen. And it was such a profound insight for me, because I suddenly realized how much I had been blocking the relationship between them, because I kept going, my usual manner around a scenario would be like, gently, or have you got your listening ears on, Gabriel's complaining, and it would be all about Gabriel actually, and not about her. So that was a big breakthrough, because it enabled me to see the relationship a lot more differently. It was also quite interesting because I got a lot of praise because we did the school social, and some of it was descriptive and some of it was just, wow, best social ever. And it was also interesting that it's not just about describing, it's that you've got to put feeling, it's got to be authentic, because sometimes the best social ever was a better experience for me than the descriptive praise. So that insight helped me this week in my descriptive praises to really, although I wasn't using the words that I would usually with the feeling, but to keep the feeling there while I was using the praise.
Just this thing about bringing in the emotional side, right? That real authenticity that sometimes we feel. I mean, that's so valuable, as you've shared. And that in itself often doesn't work, which is why we bring in the description as well as that, right? At the same time, that can exist on its own. Like you said, some of the parents who shared with you that was the best social ever, that worked fine because you understood and you could get the whole meaning of it, and there's nothing wrong in that. What it does if we just do that is it opens up the risk, or it increases the risk of possible misunderstanding. And if you actually didn't believe it was the best social ever, then what they'd said would have been rejected. Okay, so that you had heard from a whole lot of people that it was great meant that when someone shared that, you got the sense of this could be true, and you were open to hearing it, right? So remember that if you believe in what they're saying, you will accept it, even if it's purely just judgmental praise, right? Traditional, that was the best, you're the best person ever, you're the best parent. If you believe that, you will accept that. Okay, so that's why it's useful to hear that. And where it also works well is what I sometimes call not the emotional part of it, but the intensity part of it. So I can still generate a sense of intensity which isn't necessarily about awesome and great and fantastic. So I can still have with the child who's coming to me, who's 3 years old, like, geez, just look at these circles, they're going like round and round, and this one's going through there, and that one's going through there. That same sense of passion I can describe without having to be, oh, that's just so fantastic, wow, amazing. So the intensity of my sharing, I'm going to distinguish as separate from the emotional, like, oh, I like it or not like it side. Okay? That allows me to be really passionate about something in my sharing, but still totally in the descriptive field. Okay? You can see that as it allows me for someone else to experience that passion, even though I'm not necessarily liking something, because I can still be intense in my sharing of it. Okay?